Good day, everybody. Tony Frigoletto back with you from Rivers Edge Wealth Partners in Red Bank, New Jersey. This is a Root Minute or so, and as you may know, we answer questions by way of social media or email or inbound calls, and we put these out so everyone can get answers to the question one or two people ask. This question, actually, I've heard this so much through the years, and usually what happens is when someone starts to get over a certain age, they start looking at, what's the smartest way to protect their heirs where they don't pay taxes, or it's not as difficult for them to deal with the organization of their estates. And for most people, one of their biggest assets is their house. It's like we spend 30 years paying it off in many cases, sometimes longer because we refinance and put pools in or whatever the case might be, or use money for kids' colleges or just trying to live. But it becomes like one of people's larger assets. So people worry that that money could be somehow saved or protected if it were to be not in their names, but in a trust, or if they should put the house in the names of their children. There's so many answers to that question, because even the term trust has such an ambiguous sense to it, because there's irrevocable trusts. Irrevocable trust means that that house is no longer yours. It belongs to a trust, and you can't own that trust, and it's out of your state. Or at a certain period of time in the future, it would not be a candidate to be used by, which would qualify as an asset that would be used towards a calculation whether you are able to get Medicaid. That's an estate planning tool. Others are a revocable trust. It still remains in your name, but if it's in your name, of course, it could be used as an asset to pay towards healthcare, Medicare, things like that. But you can avoid probate, and it doesn't have to be a public record who gets that house when you die, because trusts are private, wills are public. That all being said, I think the important thing is, if you have a question about your house, your home, and how to protect it, I think the question that's important is have a conversation with an estate planning attorney, which I am not. We work with plenty of estate planning attorneys. As you all probably know, Nikki on our team, our planner is also an attorney. So we're a good place to go to get the answers. But I think the question should always be understood. What are you trying to protect? And delving into and understanding what your concerns are would be the best way for a professional to give you advice on what to do, versus the other way around. The KYC thing. Attorneys, people like me, also need to know our clients' KYC. But they're great questions, and they're worth having a consultation, so you're very familiar with what your options are. And then also, if you make those decisions, what the consequences are, what's the price of admission. Like I said earlier, if you put in the irrevocable trust, are you happy? Are you okay with not owning your home in an effort to protect something else? So having the information is what's paramount. Call our office. We can arrange a consultation with an attorney. You can talk with Nikki, who is our in-house attorney. She's our financial planner. She doesn't actually draft documents, but we work with lots of attorneys to do so. So give us a call. Great question. Have a great day.